Hey, it's me, Kevin. I'm a professional psychic medium, and this is my first collective reading that I've ever done. I am a professional psychic, but don't be impressed by that because it's really not a big deal. Basically, it means I have no health plan, I work long hours, I get paid very little, and there's no vacation, none of that stuff. It's kind of like slavery in a lot of ways. And it's always kind of the same question over and over and over and over again. But anyway, I promised my sister I would do a collective reading for all of you today so that we can see what might be in the on store for us in the future. You might be watching this video and think, hey, I didn't know Kevin was a psychic. And if you wonder, why didn't I know that? There's a good reason why you didn't. Because when people find that out about me, they tend to contact me a lot. Hey, Kevin, yo, I'm so glad I caught you. Do you think we have time to do a reading? And then a few days later, and then, oh, Kevin, do you think we have time to do a reading? Sometimes it's really hard to shut that off, right? It's like, oh, I was just getting ready. I was just getting ready to leave. But sure. Anyway, so if you don't know, that's one of the reasons why you don't know. Another reason that you probably aren't aware of is that all people who choose to use psychic gifts for the world are tested relentlessly. There's always going to be someone out there that is going to test you. And one of my guides is Mina Crandon. Mina Crandon was probably one of the most tested psychics of the last century. And she kind of prepared me for this. Like, oh, Kevin, you know what? They're going to come after you. They're going to accuse you of all kinds of things. They're going to, come at you from all sides. What people like to do is they like to test you. Oh, how come you didn't know that? I thought you were psychic. Oh, you ran out of peanut butter? Why didn't you know that? You're supposed to be psychic. That sort of thing. And the company I work for, they don't trust any of their psychics, right? Why would you? So they test us all the time, but we're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to know we're being tested. Like they'll give us false information. Am I going to get back with my boyfriend who's been dead for 5 years? Stuff like that. It's like, I wish someone within our community, our world, would create a platform that was collaborative and nice, that paid well. But that's wishful thinking. Psychics don't like each other. But there are several psychics that I do adore. They are right here on this YouTube. Number one, Linda G, the Comanche psychic. She is delightful. I've had her on my radio show. And she, in between the commercials, in the time that you don't hear, she was so funny. She really cheered us up. And she didn't even want to create a YouTube channel, right? She didn't want to do it. She says, I don't want to get up and brush my hair every day. But the universe said, Linda, you'll keep people calm if you do. And so thank God she listened and she did. She created her YouTube channel. Thanks, Linda G. We appreciate you every day if we don't say it. My other fucking favorite tarot reader is Kirsten Langston. Oh my gosh, I love her foul-mouthed reading style. I tell you what, here's the fucking card, the fucking way it is. She was probably one of the first people I ever listened to on here, and I was like, oh my gosh, she just gave us so much hope, and she still does. She's out there. She's got her own server now on Third Eye Champagne, and she's doing really good. The other person that I love is Lena Rodriguez from Tarot Down Under. Not only because she's a really good tarot reader, she's also super smart. I had her on my radio show too. And you know what? She's in Australia, so scheduling her for the radio show was huge. Such a huge effort. Another person that I really like, but I haven't seen in a long time, I don't know why either, is Whimsy Anderson. I wonder what's become of Whimsy. Whimsy, if you're out there, I'm so sorry. I've lost touch. I used to get watch Whimsy every, wasn't Sunday for brunch. But then life happened. I became a slave myself, doing all the psychic readings. I have to obey, I have to lock in. As a matter of fact, I have to lock in here pretty soon. I thought I'd do a collective reading. Those are my favorite psychics. So, what do you think, kids? Today I'm going to be using my beautiful tarot cards. They're gold. Look, aren't they pretty? They're very blingy. Blingy, blingy, blingy. They're foil cards. And one thing that's interesting is when I read for other people, I don't usually use tarot cards. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I love the tarot cards. I usually use Lenormand cards, and there are 36 cards in the Lenormand deck. And there's something different about them. They really trigger your intuition like that. And so when I'm giving important information to people, and I need a lot of accuracy, and I need to be able to see what's going on, I usually use Lenormand cards because it's so nice. And I read for all kinds of people. I read mostly for, common everyday people, sometimes CEOs, on the Psychic Slavery channel, Psychic Slavery line, that I belong to. Anyway, what do we have for the weekend? Let's just see. What's the weekend going to be like? This the third weekend in June. It's been so delightful so far, right? I'm in the 55 dive, right? The 55 dive, what's that? Well, that's when you are no longer wanted by this world. Right? Once you reach a certain age, you are not valued at all. People ignore you. People don't hire you. So, I sort of need a muggle job, right? Because, you can't earn money as a psychic reader, right? Because I'm never allowed to give people my website. Well, I'm doing readings for people. Like, no, you don't do that. You don't tell people your personal website. Anyway, so I'm in the 55 dive, and my mother went through it. My aunt went through it. I think one of my uncles went through it. But it's when everything goes to shit, basically. Right? Nobody will hire you. And in this job market, there's so much fun, right? There's this company called Criteria Corp. Have you heard of these butt nuggets? They have this test that they give you for almost every job you apply for now. If you haven't taken it, it's 50 questions. And you get 15 minutes to answer all 50 questions. Now, if you're super good at math, you'll realize you do not have a minute per question. You have less than a minute per question. And the questions are really hard, right? They're really hard. You have to do pattern recognition, this follows this, blah, 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 blah. There are story problems. Remember story problems? Math story problems in the 50 questions that you have 15 minutes to answer. And if you miss one, or you run out of time, you're done. Not only are you done, your little name goes into a database, and all the other employers know you failed. Forget your degree, your years of experience, that doesn't matter. What matters is the Criteria Corp test. Let's see what do we have for the weekend? Ooh, we have the Page of Pentacles. That means there's new money coming. There's hope of new money coming. Let's put it that way. Page of Pentacles. This is reversed, though. So this means there's money going out. So most of you are probably going to be spending money this weekend, right? It's what all of us do on the weekend. That's not really super helpful. Now, is there a reason to be optimistic this weekend? Yes. It could be a little boring. We've got the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is always assistance, right? So if you're sitting there on the edge, maybe you're in the 55 dive like me, about to have your electricity shut off in a world of hurt, and people don't really know what you're going through, don't even care. Maybe this is hopeful to you that something could change. This is turning into a terrible reading, Kevin. Next we have the Three of Wands. This is the Action Jackson card, really. This means this is the time to get things done. Do you know why? Right now, in this particular time, is the longest days of the year. It's the light time of the year. It's where you can get inspiration, clean out all your messes, put stuff together, clean up your yard. All of that happens in this light from like today all the way until the 21st of June is the time of light. And it's a really positive time to be working on your stuff. If you want motivation, if you have ideas, this is the time to get them. You have this week and next week to get your stuff going, right? To get your stuff, the rest of your summer stuff planted. If you're running late, there's still a little bit of time. This is the next card. This is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the meditation card. It means relax, let go, be still. And in this time of action, I don't know why we're getting this card. Right? So I'm guessing this card is saying be mindful in this time. Be mindful that you've got all of this lovely time to meet with friends, to write that letter. Write somebody a letter, right? When was the last time you wrote a letter? Gen X. Right? That's what we do. You know what Gen X does that the other generations don't do? And if you're Gen X and you're watching this video, you're going to know this is true. We don't litter. We don't litter. You know why we don't litter? Every Saturday, there was a commercial that came on TV while we were watching our cartoons. And it was an American Native Indian in a canoe looking at all the litter on the beach and crying. And it affected us. It affected us deeply, and it moved us deeply to never litter. You know who litters? The boomers. The boomers are the biggest litterers ever. You can see a boomer littering any time of day, just like you can find a piano for free on Craigslist, no matter where you are. Anyway, I digress. What was that even about? I don't know. Okay, next we have the King of Swords. What is the King of Swords? Well, if you're reading on a person and they're talking about a man, this person is an asshole. They're very much in their head. They have good ideas. They're probably a Libra. Swords are air people. I'm a Libra. And I can be extremely judgmental. I try not to be. I really do. But at times, I can't help myself. But this week is talking about your ideas. Make sure you make your lists. Make sure you get stuff ready because you've got this time of light. Don't waste it. Be in the moment. Get all of your stuff together and going. That's what this means. Ideas. Ideas, the queen, the king mother of good ideas. Right. Next we have the Empress. No, the High Priestess. I'm looking at the Empress. What are you? What are you, crazy? You old coot? That's the Empress. This is secrets and ideas. Esoteric knowledge. Ooh, something just fell when I said that. I hope it isn't a critter. Anyway, esoteric knowledge. This is knowledge of the unknown. And I'm a student of the unknown. Of course I am. I'm a psychic, right? And this is talking about, you know, things are about to be revealed. Things are about to be known, especially in this time, because it's an interesting time. We are on the knife's edge of light and dark right now. And I want to believe the light's going to win. I really do want to believe the light is going to win. But we may have already made our choices. All right, the next card is the Seven of Swords. Now, what's interesting about this card, now some people think, oh, there could be shenanigans going on. This card really is a card about having all your ducks in a row. You see how he's holding all these seven swords and he's kind of sneakily walking away with them? These are the enemy swords. You see, the enemy is down here and he's stealing the swords. That is because this is the card about due diligence. Get your stuff together. This is the due diligence card, right? We're in the light season of the year. Let's, do everything we can to put everything together to survive. Help your neighbors out. Find out what's going on. Now, the next card is important, and I'm hoping it's for you, because I'm kind of in the same boat. Maybe you're in the 55 dive like me, and you're running low on hope. Well, look what we have here. Oh, let me just bump the table so you can barely see me. This is the Nine of Pentacles. And look how luxurious this lady looks. Like, not a care in the world. I'm just going to hold my falcon in this beautiful pomegranate garden, right? Leisure, luxury. This is Emily on Love Luxury, right? Do you know Emily on Love Luxury? I'm secretly fascinated by her. And I hate to get off topic, but I'm going to get off topic. Emily from Love Luxury drives a Lamborghini to work. She's got every Birkin, probably made by Hermes. Anyway, I digress. So if you're struggling, if you're like me and you're struggling, this is a hopeful card. This is telling us, hey, hang in there. Hang in there. There could be a resolution. Somebody might hire you. Somebody who doesn't require Criteria Corp, right? The Criteria Corp assessment. So that's our collective reading. Be what it may. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you hang in there. I hope you know you're important to this world. And we'll talk again soon.